Hi everyone, how you guys all doing today? So I'm coming to you today with day 4. Today's a bonus day. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys today is mindset. And the thing that's probably the biggest component that's holding so many people back in creating their new stream of income, in expanding into the new space that they want to step into, in truly becoming the next level of themselves. So it really comes down to one thing: capacity, right? As we change and we grow and we evolve and we expand into different roles, right? We're truly changing who we're becoming. We're not really changing who we're being, because we're the same beings, right? But we're stepping into a new way of becoming. And what I see happening over and over again, and it happened to me too, and it still happens to me, is that we get something called imposter syndrome, or we get sidetracked, or our ego gets in the way, or we find excuses as to why we can't become the next version of ourselves. Now, I know this is probably resonating with you because it resonates with almost all of my clients. It resonated with me. And in this journey, it's really about stepping into the next part of who you're becoming and giving yourself some grace. I learned about giving myself grace from one of my therapists, one of my healers, on my journey. When I started my coaching consulting business, I actually shared this with one of my dear clients today, who I adore. I was in the worst part of my life. I was living in sheer hell. Do you know what sheer hell means? I was in the midst of a vicious divorce. I was losing my house. I was in the middle of a bankruptcy. I had 2 small kids. I was losing my business. I won't get into the details, but my ex-husband was a narcissist. He had some mental issues, gambling and all other kind of stuff. And all these things snowballed and created chaos in my life. Now, did I have a part of this? Well, sure, it was part of my journey. I mean, I got blindsided, but that is how my growth began. Now you're probably like, why the hell is she telling us this shit today? I'm telling you this shit today because online, everything seems all shiny and perfect and full of effects and full of, all kinds of filters, and everyone's rich and their lives are perfect. And I'm here to tell you that it's just not true, right? Everything's a journey. So if you joined me in this masterclass the past few days, I'm honored. I'm going to tell you, I'm truly honored that you took the time to register, show up, watch the replays, open my freaking emails, that you allowed me to invite you in for transformation, regardless if you're at a moment when you're ready to or not. This is part of your journey. And you picking up what I'm putting down is part of your growth. So what's super important is remembering who you're becoming and giving yourself grace. Stop wanting perfection. Stop beating yourself up because you see all these people online and you're over-consuming content that's making you feel less than. I used to overconsume content. 90% of my clients overconsume content. And what does that do? It starts to make us question our journey. It starts to make us question ourselves. It starts to make us question if we're good enough. Who the hell do I think I am? How dare I think I can reinvent myself? Is this really going to work for me? I'm here to tell you that when you're ready and when you're aligned And when you allow yourself and give you permission to step into that next becoming of your own soul, you're good enough. You're smart enough, you're beautiful enough, you're strong enough, you're bright enough, you're techie enough. You're everything. And you will step into that new becoming part of yourself. The first step to this is releasing the stories that were told to us. You know, again, I'm very vulnerable and I share a lot because I feel like if someone doesn't talk about the truth, no one's ever going to know the truth. And my journey, I didn't have the support. Again, I had great parents, but my mom in particular, she was a narcissist. So nothing was ever good enough. No matter what I did, it wasn't good enough, right? So I have got like 25 years of heavy duty healing and therapy and working on myself under my belt. So when I come on here and tell you that I understand where you are in the journey, because you may be, I'm sure all of you who are in here are successful in your brick and mortar business. You're successful as a service provider. You've reached that level of success doing what you do best. But now you may be paralyzed or feeling terror of stepping into the unknown, of launching a new branch of business or a new stream of income, because I was there too. So I'm here to tell you today that what you think about, you bring about. You have to release the old stories that were someone else's story. It's not your story. The stories of limitations belong to someone else. And the easiest way to release those stories is to just write them down and be like, well, is this true? My therapist just made me do this exercise, so she made me write down all the things I believed. And then next to it, she'd make me say, is this true? I'd be like, no. Is this true? No. Is this true? Not really. And when I went down the list of all the shit that people drilled into my head, do you want to know that 99% of the stuff that I believed just wasn't true? So what's your truth? Whose story are you carrying around? And what are the limitations that you're putting on yourself because you're so afraid into stepping into the next level of becoming? It's okay. I'm here to tell you that it's a process. If you're not ready today to work with me, you might be ready 6 months from now. I still want you in this community. I still want you in my vortex. I still want you to reach out to me and book that call. Get to know me. Let's help each other. I'm here to tell you that you are beautiful, worthy, and absolutely enough to launch that next branch of business, to become a coach, a consultant, an online educator. And it's okay if you're not ready to do it today. Other opportunities are going to be coming. I'm actually creating something super juicy in the next few months that I will be inviting you guys into. I can't let you know what it is right now because I just had the brainstorm yesterday. Today's all about what goes on between our ears, what's going on in our minds, and being really nice to ourselves. Guys, as you hop on live, if you're here, I don't see who's here. Lori, hey Lori, I love you. I'm glad you're here. As you go on this journey, be nice to yourself. Give yourself some grace. I've had 6 client calls this week, and every single topic came down to we all need to give ourselves grace. We all need to let go of other people's stories. I had other people's stories. Some days I still struggle with those stories, but then I do my little exercise where I write down the things that I believe, and then the next row I write down, is it true or not, and then who told me. And it's just so powerful when you realize that half the shit we're carrying around doesn't even belong to us. It really is. So for those of you, I have 2 spots left. I sold 4 spots. I have 2 spots left, okay? Welcome to those of you who have taken the opportunity. I just saw balloons go by. That was so cool. How did that just happen? Does anybody know who gave me balloons? Did someone of you guys send me balloons? I love that. And I have 2 more openings available for the one-on-one consulting. Again, no worries if it's not the right time. It's fine. Stay in this community. I offer tons of value. I'm going to be giving you all kinds of juicy stuff. I want you guys to remember, the cart closes Friday, so that's tomorrow at midnight, okay? If you need some extra time, just message me. If you want, there's a payment plan. I have a PayPal option, PayPal credit too, which gives you some options to pay a little bit at a time. But again, if you're ready, come and join us. I can't wait. Also, I would love to invite you guys in to my podcast. Subscribe to my podcast, Maria Fontana Show. I add really juicy, heartfelt content every week because I want to support everyone in my community. It's really important that my mission is to really elevate and help all of you guys reach your dreams of taking your brilliance, packaging it up, and creating a business that's aligned with what you want. Because every single one of us is different. So I want you guys to have an awesome rest of your day. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this 4-day journey. And start really giving yourself some grace. Be a little nicer to yourself. Nurture yourself. Give that inner kid inside you the love that they may need. And remember to release the stories that don't belong to you, because if we carry the stories, we can never grow more than what we work on our inner game. I believe that to be true. You can only grow financially and professionally as far as you allow your inner game to heal and grow too. So work on that inner game. I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys. Again, if you haven't booked that 10-minute call with me, do that now. Let's get on the phone. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how I can help you get clarity and get to that next step in your business too. Here's sending you guys lots of love and light. Thank you for spending time with me. And if you want to work with me, I'll drop the link below. It's first come, first serve. I have 2 spots left. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you for being here.